Hey everyone, welcome to this second part of solving ordinary differential equations of first order and first degree. In the previous session, we have seen what is the meaning of exact differential equation and how to solve an exact differential equation, right? So in this particular part, we are going to cover the meaning of integrating factor and solution of a differential equation. If it is not already in the form of exact differential equation, we will convert it in exact differential equation form. Particular case when your m and n in your m dx plus n dy are homogeneous, right? There are several other methods also to solve or make a differential equation exact. We will cover all those methods one by one in the later sessions. So in this session we are going to particularly cover if your m and n are homogeneous functions. So let's move to the session. First part, what is the meaning of integrating factor first? So integrating factor is nothing but a function of x and y which when multiplied by your non-exact differential equation, it makes the differential equation exact. One more important point to be noted, that there are infinite number of integrating factor for one differential equation. Okay, every differential equation can have infinite number of integrating factors, right? So there is a function. Now you have seen that m dx, let's say m dx plus n dy is equal to 0 is your differential equation which is not exact, let's say, and there is a function say f which when multiplied by this differential equation, it makes the differential equation exact differential equation now. So this is called your integrating factor. We will represent it by IF, integrating factor. Okay, so let's see. In this illustration, we have to find the value of alpha if y raised to the power alpha is an integrating factor of the given differential equation. So this differential equation is given to us and they are saying y raised to the power alpha is your integrating factor. It means if I multiply this differential equation by y raised to the power alpha, then it will become an exact differential equation. And you all know your m dx plus n dy is equal to 0 is said to be exact differential equation if partial derivative of m with respect to y becomes equal to partial derivative of n with respect to x, right? So initially if I consider it, let's say it is my m and this is my whole part is my n. Let's check the partial derivative of m with respect to y. Partial differentiation means you have to keep x constant and differentiate this with respect to y. So you get 2x, right? And partial derivative of n with respect to x, what is that? It is minus of 6x. Can you see? These two are different. It means your given differential equation was not exact differential equation. But if I multiply this by y raised to the power alpha, so I will get 2x y raised to the power alpha plus 1 dx minus 3x square y raised to the power alpha minus y raised to the power alpha plus 2 dy is equal to 0. It is your new differential equation which is obtained by multiplying the given differential equation with y raised to the power alpha. Now your new value of m is this and new value of n is this one. Let's partially differentiate them, and we have partial derivative of m with respect to y, which is nothing but differentiate this with respect to y, we get alpha plus 1 times 2 x y raised to the power alpha, and partial derivative of n with respect to x, which is minus of 6x y raised to the power alpha. It is given that y raised to the power alpha is integrating factor. It means your differential equation was exact. It means these two must be same. So if I equate them, I get 2 times alpha plus 1 times xy raised to the power alpha becomes equal to minus of 6x times y raised to the power alpha. Now simplify this for the value of alpha. Cancel the y raised to the power alpha from both sides and we get cancel this by 3. So alpha plus 1 is minus 3. So your alpha becomes minus of 4. And hence you can see the option C is the correct answer, because your integrating factor makes the differential equation exact. Okay. So let's move on to the method 1. If your given differential equation is not exact differential equation, then how to find that integrating factor in case of your m and n are homogeneous functions. You know what do you mean by a homogeneous function? In that homogeneous function, each term will have the same degree, right? So if you are getting a differential equation of that kind, in that case your integrating factor will be given by 1 over mx plus ny, where given that mx plus ny should not be equal to 0, right? It will be your integrating factor. If you multiply your given differential equation by this factor 1 upon mx plus ny, you will get your given differential equation will become exact. This will become exact after multiplying by integrating factor. Let's see an example. We have x square y dx minus x cube plus y cube here. So you can see your m is x square y and your n is minus times x cube plus y cube. Let's partially derivative this with respect to y, we get differentiated with respect to y keeping x constant. So we get only x square, and from here partial derivative of n with respect to x, it gives us minus of 3x square. No, these two are not equal initially. It means your given differential equation was not exact, right? Your given differential equation was not exact. So can you find a integrating factor here? As you can see, your x square y and this term which is your n, these two are homogeneous functions because each term have degree 3, right? Each of the term have degree 3. So you can say that your integrating factor must be 1 upon mx plus ny, means x square y, this was your m, x plus ny, n means minus of x cube plus y cube times y. Let's simplify this further and we get 1 over this x cube y will get cancelled with minus x cube y, and only we are left with y minus of y raised to the power 4. So this will be your integrating factor. Let's check it. Multiply your given differential equation by this integrating factor. What do you get? You get minus of x square over y cube dx minus, you can make it plus by multiplying it. So it will become x cube over y to the power 4 plus 1 over y dy is equal to 0. Let's check whether this time it is exact differential equation or not, right? So from here you can see your new m will become minus of x square y cube and partial differentiated with respect to y. With respect to y, you get minus of minus 3 will come out and you get x square over y raised to the power 4. It means 3x square upon y raised to the power 4. And what is the value of n, which is present in coefficient of dy here? It is x cube over y raised to the power 4 plus 1 by y. Let's partially differentiate it with respect to x. So we get 3x square over y raised to the power 4. Yes, this time my partial derivatives are same here. it means your differential equation is now exact differential equation. And we all know if my differential equation is exact, its solution is given by, we have already seen in the previous session that solution is given by integration of m dx keeping y constant plus terms of n not containing x, terms of n not containing x dy is equal to c, where c is your constant of integration. Now let's solve this, and we are getting integration of m, which was minus of x square by y cube, integrated with respect to x, we get then plus sign terms of n not containing x. So let's check which of the term in y, this one n part, is not containing x. Only this 1 by y part, right? Only this 1 by y part is your required part here. So I get 1 by y dy is equal to c. As you all know the integration of these, what do you get? Integrate this x square, we get x cube by 3, right? And y cube is same, keeping the same, plus integration of 1 upon y is nothing but your log y is equal to c, and hence this is your final solution, right? Minus of x cube upon 3 y cube plus log y is equal to c is your final answer, and you have already seen. Let's recap it. Initially your given differential equation was not exact, so we multiplied the given differential equation by a function which is also called integrating factor, and if when we multiplied it, your differential equation became exact, right? And we have already seen the solution, right? And you can integrate it, find the solution. So this contains the method in case of homogeneous functions, right? So here is an example for you. You have to solve this question by yourself, and the answer is already given below. If you find any difficulty, you can ask me, you can write down in the comment section, you can contact me through this number or visit the website creatologics.com for the test series and any other information. So in this part we have covered exact differential equation, solution, integrating factor, and the method when m and n were homogeneous function. So in the next session, we will cover the other methods. If your m and n are not homogeneous, how to find the integrating factor in those cases. Okay, so see you in the next part. Thank you for watching this. Keep watching, keep learning.